Bagley here. We are going to look at pinch pots for our projects. You're going to do a pinch pot that is based on the classroom assignment and then an independent project. So I have a table of contents, tools and equipment. This is review. That is also review. Respect in the studio, obviously no throwing clay. Try to keep the clay out of the sink. Clean up after yourselves for the next person. Name and period on your bag, your container, your project, everything else. Your pinch pots, we're going to try to get the quality right here. Now this is a very beginner pinch pot, probably from an elementary school kid. Maybe it's their first pot, but we're going to do several pots. Your first one may look like that. But our goal is to have a pot that looks like this, a nice U shape on the outside and smooth and round throughout. We'll watch a little video for help. And we're going to use this slide a lot in class. These are the 4 steps for making the pot. The first thing is a round ball of clay with no cracks. Insert your thumb. And you're going to rotate the ball of clay in your hand like a potter's wheel and work from the bottom. So you can see we're starting to work on the bottom here. Press it into the palm of your hand. You can feel the pressure, you can feel the thickness. Do not pinch with your fingers, even though it's called a pinch pot. We're pressing. Continue pressing from the bottom. I know the word pinching there. Move slowly up. So you start at the bottom, like the South Pole. We work to the equator and eventually up toward the North Pole here. Always work slowly. Press it against the palm of your hand so you can feel it. You may have to dunk your fingers in water every now and then to make them smooth and slick. Your beginning pot may look like this for your first attempt. Our goal, we're going to cut our pots in half to see how well you're succeeding. You can see this is thicker than this side. Our goal is to make it the same thickness as a pencil. Your first project will have a beginner's pot with repeated incised design. The project should look similar to these. We're going to look for a shape that's a U shape, not a V. If you have any cracks in them, please fix them before you turn it in for a grade. The lip and body should be smooth and even thickness. The surface design should not have, or the surface overall should not have any dents or lumps in it. And your incise design should be accurate. It should be 8 repeating sections for the design. Here's a sample from a student. We have some pictures of the in progress, and you'll see here how the design repeats. The foot was not required, but if you'd like to put feet, you can. Remember slip and slurry, that's the wet clay that we use as glue. You're going to be making your project in these 2 steps. Basically make the pot in the plastic step. You let it dry a little bit. So it holds its shape well, and then you can do things to perfect it and make it perfect and even. And then the chocolate step, you just do any touch-ups you need before you turn it in when it's bone dry. Storing your clay overnight, if you want it in the same stage so you can continue, it's airtight. If you need it to go to the next step, you need it to dry a little, wrap it loosely. So you can see here, first of all, make sure you store your pots upside down. That way they dry evenly. This is airtight. There's a little knot in the bag. Here we have it loose, so some air gets in the bag and it can dry overnight a little bit. When you're finished with your pot and it's leather hard, use a little water on your fingers and smooth out the inside. Notice this person holding it in their fingers. That's a no-no. Make sure you hold it against the palm of your hand because your palm is smooth and won't leave dents. And slide your hand back and forth. You can also go around the rim. I am not pinching here. It's just a gentle smoothing going around the edge. If you have dents on the outside, you can fix them with a comb and a scrubby and sponge. You see these cracks right here. Do not turn in a project that has cracks. Use a comb, scratch it, that's scoring. Add a little bit of slip, use the scrubby and sponge, smooth it off, make it look beautiful. Here's your pot for the assignment with the incised designs. You're going to be using your Sgraffito tool. We're going to make a template, measure around your pot, get the exact size. So this overlaps right here. That's where you would cut it so that you get the perfect size going around. Once you have that perfect size, fold it in half again, fold it in half again. Now it's in eighths. So I drew little lines on there, and you can see this is where the design is going to go. So you want to put little dots where the folds are so that you can line up your design. Okay, after you do our basic pot, you can work on your independent project. There's a sketchbook assignment. You'll do a sketch from this PowerPoint. Your second sketch, PowerPoint or the internet. The third one is definitely from the internet. I want you finding something unique. And then the original idea for what you want to make. The rubric, your name on the bottom for identification. We're going to look at the form. It must be aesthetically pleasing. Should not be designed by Mr. Gravity. It should be designed by you. The quality is always something to be concerned with. Creativity, we want something unique. And submission on time. To get the A, you want to fall in this category right here, develops complex solutions to visual problems. Here's some samples from a previous class. You can see here's the original pot that we made together, and here's the student's independent. This is a bubble pot. It's actually 3 pinch pots put together. Right here we have the original pot and the student's independent with the handle and the flower. These are some images I pulled off the internet, really beautifully done. Notice the repetition of texture and pattern, beautiful gold accent lip on that. These beautiful forms, particularly this one, has a very unique form to it. You can create that by adding a little coil of clay and then blending it in. Some more samples of texture. Some samples for feet. This would be a second pinch pot upside down. This could also be a second pinch pot upside down, and you attach the 2 pots. Really unique handle on here, very elegant, these 3 pieces. Votive candles are excellent for this project. We have a hole maker, or you can use a fetal knife, just spin it in a circle to create holes. Again, some unique forms. You can press leaves into the clay to get texture. This is 2 pinch pots, a large one and a small one. Notice they carved up on the edge there, so it makes a unique bottom. These, you would put 2 pinch pots together, one right side up, ending here, the other one upside down, and then add your neck. You can also do things with lids. You can do combination pots where you make a couple pinch pots and then attach them side by side. This is a classical Greek vessel. This is the anatomy of a pot. So when we talk about the lip of the pot, it's the opening. Then we have the neck, obviously handles. This is the shoulder, the body, and the foot. And these are all classical Greek styles. Pre-Columbian means pre-Columbus in Central and South America. Beautiful forms here. Chinese vessels. Notice the elegance of the necks on those and the beautiful jar lid. These are from Africa. If you want to do something with a hole in the middle, you cut the hole and then add clay to fill the inside of the hole. And you can do something fun and whimsical like this. Or you can do very simple, cute, fun things. These are all based on pinch pots. Again, combining two pinch pots together. And these are ocarinas or flutes. The blow in the hole here, the actual end of the tail there has the hole, and you can see there's the extra hole that you play to get different notes. To make the bubble pot, like I said, it's two pinch pots, and then slip and score this edge and then blend it together so you don't see the seam. Here's all the different types of feet. The donut foot right here, just put a little coil around, and you have to blend it both on the inside, so you get rid of this crack right here, and on the outside. Use the modeling tool, follow up with the scrubby and the sponge. To add tripod feet, make sure your tripods match. You can do any shape. These are just round ones to start with. They won't look round in the end, but you have to blend all the way around. If you're interested in something with a lid, here are some samples. Beautiful textures on here, some ideas to do. If you're adding some different things, just a reminder to put coils at the seams. The coils should be the size of spaghetti. Textures can be used in a number of ways. These were made with the back end of a paintbrush, a pencil tip, different objects to create that cow and the mountains and the trees in there. This is using the Sgraffito tool to carve away. Some more samples of projects if you'd like to do something different. Little fish. That's the ocarina. You could look up online and maybe find a better one. Here's the bird. A real simple project here. Just make the pinch pot and then pinch it along the top and stretch it out to get the head. See a little frog there. Remember all the decorative options that we have. And that is the end.